भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नवं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत् वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते 41. So we did yesterday we did sense organs of perception. Sense organ of perception. This table, and I'll just read the. Still have to learn. Yeah, the sense organs of perception. श्रोत्रं त्वक् चक्षुः रसना घ्राणम् इति पंच ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि श्रोत्रस्य दिग्देवता त्वचो वायुः चक्षुष सूर्यः रसनाय वरुणः घ्राणस्य अश्विनौ इति ज्ञानेन्द्रिय देवताः श्रोत्रस्य विषयः शब्दग्रहणं त्वचो विषयः स्पर्शग्रहणं चक्षुषो विषयः रूपग्रहणं रसनाय विषयः रसग्रहणं घ्राणस्य विषयः गन्धग्रहणम् इति. The five sense organs of perception are the ears, eyes, skin, nose, and tongue and nose. And we can revise from this table organs of perception. The presiding deity for ears is Digdevata. Its functioning is hearing, and the sense perceived is sound. Then the presiding deity of skin is Vayu, function feeling, and sense perceived is touch. For eyes, the presiding deity is Suryaha, function is seeing, and the sense perceived is form and color. For the taste, tongue, presiding deity is Varuna, function is tasting, sense perceived is taste. For the nose, the presiding deity is Ashwini Kumaras, function is smelling, sense perceived is smell. The sense organs of action. Vak Pani Padah Payu Pasthaniti Panch Karmendriyani Vacho Devata Vahni हस्तयोर इंद्रि sorry हस्तयोर इंद्रः पादयोर विष्णुः पायोर मृत्युः उपस्थस्य प्रजापतिः इति कर्मेन्द्रिया देवताः वाचो विषया भाषणं पाण्योर्विषयः वस्तुग्रहणं पादयोर्विषयः गमनं पायोर्विषयः मलत्यागः उपस्थस्य विषयः आनंद इति वाक् पाणि पाद पायु उपस्थानि इति speech hand legs the anus the genitals panch karmendriyani are the five organs of action vacha of speech devata deity vahani fire hastayo of the hands indra padyo of the legs vishnu payo of the anus mrityu death upasthasya of the genitals prajapati iti karmendriya devata. These are the presiding deities of the sense organs of action. Vach Vishya, the function of speech, Bhashanam to speak, Panyo Vishya, the function of hands, Vastu Grahanam to grasp things, Padyo Vishya, the function of the legs, Gamanam locomotion, Payo Vishya, the function of the anus, Malatyagaha eliminate waste, Upasthasya Vishya, the function of the genitals, Anand iti is pleasure. The five sense organs of action are speech, the hands, the legs, the anus, and the genitals. The presiding deity of the organs of action are Agni, fire of speech, Indra of the hands, Vishnu of the legs, Yama of the anus, and Prajapati of the genitals. The fun- uh, The function of speech is to speak, and that of the hands to grasp things, of the legs locomotion, of the anus elimination of waste, and of the genitals pleasure procreation. The five sense organs of action are the capacity to speak located in the vocal cords and tongue, to grasp things located in the hands, of locomotion located in the legs, to excrete located in the anus, and to procreate located in the genitals. The body responds to external stimuli through them. They are prompted by the mind into action. They develop from childhood, attain their full strength, and then weaken with age. Each of them carry out their respective functions. In rare cases, especially of the handicapped, other organs of action try to do the function of the impaired organs. The tongue has a unique place as it is both an organ of action, eating and speaking, and of perception, that is, tasting. Fire is the deity of speech, which is well understood by expressions such as fiery speech, heated discussion, etc. Heat is generated when one speaks. Indra, the king of deities, is responsible for the functioning of the hands. The forelegs of animals have evolved to become our hands. All art, all art is possible due to the unique capacity of our fingers. Vishnu, the one with long strides, is the deity of the legs. Mrityu, death, presides over the anus. Man is known to eliminate waste from the various orifices at death. Prajapati, the creator, is in charge of procreation. The pleasure in the act of reproduction ensures the continuity of the species. this line, man, uh, death presides over the anus, yama, but man is known to eliminate waste from various orifices at death. Waste is like our own human, this thing. Various orifices are nose, ears, and also one thing, when there is aging, um, the the strength of all these organs, they become weak. Like I've seen, myself, like how our parents and our in-laws, they, as they are getting old, their speech, especially the speech, I was noticing, the speech is becoming, it's not so clear and bold in a form in that in which we speak. And yes, hand and legs have also, the strength has weakened, that you know, that sarcopenia settings, so the muscle weakening is there. But I was just thinking of the vocal cords and tongue. Yeah. And the yama, it has is the devta of the death, and it presides over the anus, like so. But we have seen that when the enlightened souls, they leave, that like the death happens for them, it's not always the yama. The death is happening via the anus, rather their upper body is involved, like from the eyes, from the mouth, or from this sahasrara is for the highest enlightened persons. Just, and this is the chart, the organs of action. The presiding deity for tongue is Agni, and the function is speech. Presiding deity for hands is Indra, grasping objects. And presiding deity of legs is Vishnu, function is locomotion. Presiding deity for anus is Mrityu, function is elimination of waste. And presiding deity of genitals, Prajapati, and the function is procreation. Hands are by Indra. This the character of the father of Kauravas, Dhritarashtra. He had so much power in his hands that he could crush. Like an incident happened, no, when Bhishma was not Bhishma, sorry, Bhima. Bhima, they came. I think after the exile or so. I don't remember at what moment it was, but when he was embracing everyone, then Krishna came to know that he will embrace Bhim. So he, instead of asking Bhim, they put a statue, or that type of a, like, you know, that artificially made this thing, so that he knew the intentions of Dhritarashtra. So when he wanted to embrace Bhima, then then that statue was put forward, and when he embraced it, it literally crushed that statue to pieces. So just remembering that Indra, presiding deity is Indra. Anyone wants to say something about this? I hope I'm audible.
You tell all the devatas again of different organs.
What did you say?
What are the devatas for different
Acha,
organs? Like
different organs. This one, organ of action or organ of perception?
action.
Action. Okay. For tongue, the presiding deity is Agni. For hands, it is Indra. For legs, Vishnu. And for anus, Mrityu. Genitals, Prajapati. Prajapati. Tongue, Agni. This we, you know, uh, organ of action and perception, we get confused, but um, here perception is, we should remember like this, that we are perceiving it, so we need a medium, and that then it is easy to remember the organ of perception. Only that Ashwini Kumaras you have to remember because it's slightly different. Tongue for taste, Varuna. Eyes for eyes, Surya, because without a light you cannot see. And for skin, uh, touch is there, so Vayu. And ears, Digdevta. So some have to some devta that we can learn, like retain by relating, some
Actually, that
by
is collected. That is connected to the Pancha Mahabhutas.
yes. Perception, now the organs of action, and next is that causal body, which is every time confusing. We forget, like, shall I continue? Causal body. Karan shariram kim anirvachya anirvachyan though it is anadi, but it's written here anirvachyan anadya avidya rupam sharir शरीरद्वस्य कारण मात्रम सत्स्वरूप ज्ञानम निर्विकल्प रूपम यदस्ति तत्कारण शरीरम.
सत्स्वरूप अज्ञानम.
Satsva Rupam. Okay. Satsva, but there is no Anki Bindi on Rupam. Satswarupa. Swatswarupa
Rupa
Agyan.
jnanam. See, the pa is
Rupa
so it's ajnanam.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's
satsvarupa ajnanam. It's not jnanam.
Satswarupa. No, I said Agyanam.
Okay.
Satswarupa
It
Agyanam.
was heard as jnanam, that is why.
Okay, no, it's Agyanam.
Yes.
Satswarupa Jnanam. निर्विकल्पक रूपम यदस्ति तत् कारण शरीरम. कारण शरीरम, causal body. Kim, what? Anirvachya, inexplicable, anadi, beginningless, avidya rupam, in the form of ignorance, sharirad vyasya, of the two bodies, karan matram, the sole cause, sat swarupa ajnanam, ignorant of one's own true nature, nirvikalpak rupam, free from duality, yat which asti is tat that karan shariram, causal body. That which is inexplicable, beginningless, in the form of ignorance, the sole cause of the two bodies, gross and subtle, ignorant of one's own true nature, free from duality, is the causal body. The sorry. The causal body is the subtlest of the three bodies and pervades the other two. It is not made up of matter like the other two bodies. Avidya Rupam. It is of the nature of ignorance. Ignorance has no shape, size, or quality. It is always related to an object. Example, ignorance of computers, but by itself it is objectless. I am the locus of ignorance. Ignorance cannot exist without me. I exist. Therefore, I can be ignorant. Anirvachyam, inexplicable. First, since it has no shape, size, or quality, it cannot be described by words or grasped by the mind. Secondly, ignorance implies lack of knowledge. It does not actually have any existence, yet is yet yet it cannot be said to be non-existent. We experience its effects. It manifests as the gross and the subtle bodies, and we also experience sorrow caused by ignorance. Third, being nothing, it still does a great deal, hence it is an inexplicable power. Anadi. Ignorance is beginningless. If we say ignorance began at a particular time, then therefore there should have been either a void, but ignorance cannot emerge from nothing, or knowledge, but ignorance cannot come from knowledge either. One cannot point out a beginning for ignorance, therefore it is beginningless. शरीराद्वयस्य कारणमात्रम् शरीराद्वयस्य द्वयस्य that is duality, right? द्वयस्य
No,
कारण
dvayasya, Savitaji.
द्वयस्य right द्वयस्य Karan matram. I mistake a rope for a snake. I feel scared and run away from it. Ignorance of the rope caused the notion of the snake, which gave rise to fear in the mind, which in turn prompted the body to run. Similarly, not knowing my true nature, I mistakenly identify with the finite, feel a sense of incompleteness, desire to fulfill myself, so run after objects, thinking that they would make me happy. Ignorance is at the root of all my actions. Actions give rise to results which I enjoy or suffer, and that leaves behind tendencies, vasanas, which prompt future desires, actions, results. Hence, we can also say that inherent tendencies prompt actions. We have already seen that the two bodies, gross and subtle, are the result of actions, inherent tendencies, otherwise called the causal body, which is the cause for the other two bodies. Sat Swarupa Agyanam. I know I exist. I do not, however, know my own nature is existence, consciousness, bliss. I think I am the body, the doer of actions, and enjoyer of results. It is strange that I know so much about the world, but do not know the knower, and all the more ironic that that is me alone. Nirvikalpak rupam. Nirvikalpak Nirvikalpak rupam. Ignorance is homogeneous. It has no difference. It has no dualities of the knower and the known. Ignorance cannot be known. Knowledge dispels it. My ignorance cannot be different from yours. The object of ignorance may differ, but ignorance remains the same. There are degrees in knowledge, but not in ignorance. Being beyond thought, vikalpa, it is nirvikalpa, without thoughts. Ignorance can be destroyed by knowledge. Therefore, the causal body is not eternal. The self, being beyond birth and death, is eternal. Hence, I am different from the causal body. Thus, knowing my true nature, I experience myself as different from all the three bodies, gross, subtle, and causal. This is the end of the causal body. In the shloka, they have first described Anirvachyan, but in description, they have first taken Avidya Rupam because of that it is of the nature of ignorance, Avidya. Anirvachya, it is not Anirvachyam, it is not explicable, it is inexplicable. Though it does not have any existence, but it also cannot be said to be non-existent because we experience its effects. Anadi because the ignorance is beginningless, and ignorance, there's one line I think that ignorance does not have degrees, but knowledge has degrees. So right, ignorance is ignorance. But ignorance can also be taken like ignorance to few things and maybe some knowledge in other things. But yes, ignorance is ignorance. Then Satswarupa Agyanam. I know I exist. Like my nature is existence, consciousness, Sat Chitananda, so existence, consciousness, and bliss. So this is my Swarupa. And Nirvikalpa Rupam, it has like there is no duality between the knower and the known. So it is beyond the vikalpa. So that is why it is nirvikalpa, without thoughts. Dr. Brahmra, can you explain nirvikalpa rupam slightly in a or better form? Like it is though it is like ignorance only, that there's no degree in ignorance only, there's degree in knowledge. But being beyond the thoughts, it is nirvikalpa. It is without any thoughts.
That is what is it when we are in meditation, when during meditation,
Yeah,
when you reach that state of thoughtlessness, you are
yeah,
in that bliss. That's the bliss sheet. No, it's the Anandamaya Kosha.
yeah.
But still, there is that cover of Satsvarupa Jnanam that is still there.
That is
So
still there.
until and unless that is also removed, that is removed by Jnana, uh, that is why when we come out of meditation, we're not enlightened, right? We back to
Yes,
our identification with our mind, body, intellect, ego.
yeah.
So samadhi is that state, yes, but enlightenment is beyond that samadhi.
Beyond.
So that is that nirvikalpaka rupam,
Yeah,
satsvarupa jnanam. And anirvachya, it is beyond logic. I mean, you cannot logically explain. That is why, no matter how much we try and understand the causal body, these are places where we just have to have Shraddha. Shraddha in two important places. One is about how Brahmashraya Maya. And if we keep questioning, how come Maya came out of Brahma? How is it? We just have to wonder at that. That we exist, that we know, we have the body, mind, intellect, and we are able to perceive experiences. That is our transactional reality right now. So the whole Vedanta is about unfolding the self. So that is one place where we have to have utmost Shraddha. Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasaha Shraddha. So when we say Brahmashraya Maya and Sattva Rajas Tamo Gunatmika, how come Maya has Sattva Rajas Tamo Guna? Why not 4? Why only 3? So this logical mind can keep questioning certain things. So some things we just have to take on face value. Similarly is this causal body, Anirvachya. It
yeah.
is again, it's a byproduct of Maya, isn't it? It's a subset of Maya. If you take the sum total of all the causal bodies, that will be the Samishti Karana Sharira will be Maya. So Maya
And that
broken
is
down,
why it is not eternal, right? It is
that is,
always.
yeah. It is not, no, what did you say? I didn't get what you said.
I said that that is why we say that causal body is not eternal. It is not.
Ah, correct. Because it is like the mirage, no? See, if we liken it to the mirage or the snake on the rope, the snake exists as long as that delusion that the rope is the snake exists. Once that light is shone and the light, you know that it is a rope and not a snake, then the causal, the rope, the snake disappears. Similarly, the whole Maya would just dissolve the moment knowledge happens.
Yes. And the true self, that Atma, is like uh, it is just totally separate from all these bodies, and it is always eternal. It is
Yeah.
uh,
Stula, what is Atma? Atma kidrishi. Atma kaha.
Atma kaha. Atma, it is in a negated form, no? Exactly, we don't remember the
First,
definition.
Stula
second
sukshma
answer is
karana
Sukshma
sharira
karan shariram vyakti
vyativiktaha.
riktah atma. Yeah.
Stula sukshma karana
Karan
sharirat
shariram
vyativiktaha.
vyatiriktah.
Panchakoshatitaha.
पंचकोशातीतः अतीतः सन
Sun.
अवस्थात्रय साक्षी.
yes,
Yes.
And the Satchidananda
Satchidananda
Correct.
Swarupa. Right. Right. So there are four constituents of it: Sthul, Sukshma, Karan, Sharirad, Vyaktirikta, then Panch Koshatita, third Avastha, Trai Sakshi, Satchidanand Swarupa. So four major this sun, that is Atma. Yeah.
That's 17 elements actually. Man Buddhi is also not there.
Yeah, that is part of this, no? Yesterday we read
that is different. Sapta Kala Dasha, that is different, I think. एक वो किसमें आता है वो सप्तदश कला भी कल आपने पढ़ा तो वो कहाँ था?
That is the definition of the Sukshma Sharira.
Sukshma Sharira, right.
Okay. Okay. और ये कारण शरीर वी हैव टू रिमेम्बर निर्विकल्प है एक तो फिर अज्ञान से भरा हुआ है अविद्या रूपम
अनिर्वाच्यम अनादि
अनादि शरीर द्वयस्य कारण मात्रम. Okay.
So see the Stula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira that we hold on to so strongly, so tightly, our identification, the cause of this is the causal body, which itself is so fleeting, is illusory.
Yes.
Anadi, can you please explain?
Anadi is because it is the nature of ignorance. Avidya Rupam, right? So
Okay.
anything which is avidya, see, when do you say avidya? When there is no knowledge. So therefore, there are two things. Knowledge itself is beginningless because knowledge has no end, no beginning, no end. Whereas ignorance has the beginning, is also beginningless, but has an end. You cannot say ignorance has a beginning. You know why? Because before the beginning, there must have been knowledge. So if there is knowledge, there cannot be ignorance. So they don't coexist. So ignorance is beginningless. You can't say when ignorance began.
The same with the knowledge also, no? Then
Knowledge also beginningless, but it does not have an end.
But how they coexist?
They can't coexist.
So how can we say both are anadi?
No, that is, you have ignorance is of a particular object or a particular thing that or the self. That is ignorance, right? The self is what exists throughout all the three states. But you can be ignorant of yourself. How do I give an example here?
A small example, Swamiji had given that the bucket filled with andhakara in the room, but just a light, only once it is, then the whole, it is gone. It is not like we were taking out bucket by bucket ignorance. It is just at the same time, tat kshane eva nashta bhavati.
That is why it is anirvachya. It's not describable. Maya, can you describe Maya? The whole, as though both knowledge and ignorance coexist. It's as though. It is because of this element of Maya. It has covered up the knowledge. Knowledge is what is. It is eternal.
So भ्रमरा जी अज्ञान भी eternal है ना हमारा condition बहुत जन्मों जन्म से है तो इसीलिए
it is eternal नहीं है क्योंकि because there is an end to ajnana.
हाँ, okay, correct.
Once you realize yourself, there is an end. Once that a layer of Maya is removed, you are You
Correct,
are
correct.
out of
Hmm.
ignorance, no?
Right, right.
So till
Beautiful.
such time, the snake impression is there, delusion of the snake is there in your mind. See, now you're the question is, how can they both coexist? It's as though coexist. The rope exists, the snake also exists, as long as there's delusion. If you consider the rope um, as knowledge, for instance, if you down bring it down to the rope and snake. So the rope is what is true, what is the satya, whereas the snake is mithya. Is you're superimposing the snake on the rope. For the person who sees the snake on the rope, only the snake exists. The rope does not exist for him. But the truth of the matter is, the rope is what is there. So for the person who sees the rope as a rope, the snake is not there. So for a jnani, he sees the self as self and non-self is non-self. Whereas for a ajnani, we are superimposing the non-self on the self. So the self is completely in darkness for us.
So, whenever we talk about Maya, it is Brahmashraya Maya, right? Brahma's, what you call, it is uh, it is through Brahma, right? The Maya also.
Yeah.
So, at one time, somewhere it has started, or it has been like that. We have been covered with Maya from the beginning, or because when we say Anadi, uh, it's the journey, because it's very difficult to think, got used to thinking linearly. Uh, Somewhere I feel that there was only Jnana, then the Maya came. This is what the story we listen to. That's why I'm thinking the Agyana, how can we call Anadi? There must be only knowledge, and then the Maya came. This is what we have been listening, right? Or with this, then it has been always like that. And then the knowledge, uh, mm, I mean, there has been, with the journey, with the evolution, we got the knowledge.
Gurudev always give the example of tennis ball, the beginning. Where will you find
Yes,
beginning?
tennis
So that
ball
is,
is the best
yeah.
Yeah.
example. There is no end to such a kind of discussion, I feel so. Certain things means, see, as long as like it is a analogy again, that rope and snake.
Hmm.
So Brahman consciousness, you can take it as the rope, and on that you can imagine anything, no? Once it is looking like a snake or anything
Yeah.
else, also you can
Correct.
keep on. From where this ignorance started, from where the knowledge started, this when and where and all, there is no there is no any aadhar for these questions. Like a tennis ball, from where the it started and where the this thing ended. It's a continuous process.
Hmm.
So no point in going into that zone of when and where and what. Is the
Hmm.
best way is the this is the way it is, and the moment the light comes, there is no existence of there is nothing called darkness. This is the
Hmm.
best way to go forward. I
Yeah.
think so. Jai Gurudev.
Also, the pursuit of Vedanta is about uncovering the self. It is not uncovering ignorance. It is removing ignorance. We don't want to find out the origin or source of ignorance. Our intention is to recognize the self. So, and these definitions of the causal body, again, it is anirvachya. inexplicable. That itself will give us an indication that the rishis of yore also have said it is beyond explanation. It's not logical. It's beyond
We can
logic.
say it to be as a mithya also, no? It is
Yeah,
mithya basically. We can't
right.
explain it.
You can't.
And in one of the places, Swamiji had given that cataract example also, no? The way we remove once the cataract is removed, that is the layer of ignorance. Then the drishti becomes, the clarity comes.
So once the body leaves, it remains in that causal body form, right? Holding on to its all that we have done in this life and all the impressions, the vasanas. And I read somewhere like even when the play happens, after, that it is not destroyed. You know, the three process when like this, the created, then maintain and play. Then after when play happens, then also it is not destroyed because it is in that form, and it remains in that state until certain conditions are there for to take a birth. So it is, but I was just thinking like how then the self, that Atman, is it also associated with the causal body at that time, or does it or is it independently they are existing? That question was there
Even
in
the
my.
self is also thinking no, that I am something separate, my existence is separate. Like a fish in the ocean feels that
It's not.
it has its own existence, that is the self. But that is also a part of the ocean only, no? A fish is formed in the ocean, it sustains in the oceans and it goes back into the ocean. But if fish thinks, that self thinks I am separate, so that also like get dissolves into that Brahman consciousness. Self is also like because of the causal body, the self comes, no?
Yes.
So first step is to realize the self and then
Come
Brahman consciousness.
again? No. What did you say, Adhariji?
Means
Actually, the
The
one
self comes.
consciousness,
Yeah.
self is the one consciousness, right? So when the body, when a person dies, obviously that mix with the whole universe. That you don't have a separate atma and somebody else has separate atma. It's all one atma only, right?
No. My question was like when a person leaves the body,
Right.
then that like that causal body
Yeah.
remains, right?
That Sushma Sarira actually it remains.
Remains. And so
Yeah.
I was
Only in
questioning like
Jnana. Mm-hmm.
I was questioning that is it like
Mm.
the Atman which we are reading. So is it that the causal body remains in as a whole with Atma, or is it that the Atma it is gets
No.
separated from that causal body? This is what was I was asking.
Mm.
when it is not on earth, it is not in a form of a body. It is in that.
As far as we read in that second
It
chapter,
is what
it
it
takes
is.
another body when it comes, so it leaves the body.
Atma is what is. All this thing of stula, sukshma, karana, shariras coming, going is all that play and display of this one consciousness. Atma is eternal. It
Yeah.
doesn't come and go. It is what is throughout.
Yeah, it's like you have taken the outer clothes. That's it.
That's it. So all this karma and all that affects all the three shariras, the causal body, all of that is bound by karma. Whereas Atma is beyond all of this.
Beyond, free of all this.
Which is what science is proving now, no? The physicists who got the Nobel Peace Prize, they have proved they got the prize because they proved the world is unreal. And this is what Vedas have been saying. The Vedanta has been shouting out, saying, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Jivo Brahmaiva na paraha. This is the Vedantic declaration that has been coming to us down the ages. So there is only one thing which is eternal, and that is that they give it different names: God, particle, energy, vibration, whatever, but that is what is. And Vedanta is so very nicely has started off saying, negating. You are not this, you are not that, you're not this. There's only two things, Atma and Anatma, and very beautifully how they are all negated, how the Avastatraya is negated, how all the three Shariras are negated.
Trikala Sakshi is the word used for Atma also, or not?
Avastatraya Sakshi.
Avastatraya Sakshi.
See, that is why every object or anything goes towards its nature. The tendency is to go towards its nature, right? Again, the example of the ice cube becoming melting into water. That is its natural state. Our natural state of Atma is Satchidananda Rupa. Sat Chit Ananda, which is why we all want to be eternal. Nobody wants to die. We all want to live. I'm talking of a normal person, not an extreme person who wants to commit suicide. Talking of a normal person. That is why we fight death. Second, we want to know things. If someone is talking, gossiping, you actually are curious to know what is that. The wanting to know is also tending towards our natural state. And the third is, of course, Ananda. That is the easiest for us to understand. We all want to be happy. And there is no third thing. Sat Chit Ananda.
I missed the first part. Can you please say it again?
It is Sat is eternal, no? Kalatrayepi tishtati iti Sat. That which is there in all the three states of consciousness. So that eternity, we're all tending towards that eternity. That is why we fight death. We all want to live, and we think we think meaning we think the body is eternal, but actually speaking, we are eternal. But we move towards that because that is actually our true nature. So just like the ice cube tends, when you keep it outside, it melts into its natural state, which is water. All of us, knowingly or unknowingly, people who are exposed to this knowledge have a concept and then they're pursuing this knowledge, like all of us. But unknowingly, everybody else is also tending towards their natural state, which is Satchit Ananda. That is why everybody has one single pursuit, that is of happiness, at least, and of knowledge, of wanting to be eternal.
But they are seeking happiness in different things, which
Yeah,
are...
that is different. That is because of
Yeah.
ajnana. That is because of misconception and looking for the solution in a different, like that's a fundamental problem, not knowing what your true nature is. And then you think you get ananda from outside, from the objects, from people, relationships. So today we didn't have very many questions, but we did go through some questions. So you want to maybe we can just do the definitions of the Stula Sukshma Karana Sharira once and wrap up today's session, huh?
Yeah, yes. Sthula Sukshma Karan. From gross body. Sthula Shariram Kim. Just scroll in. Sthula Shariram Kim Panchikrit Panch Mahabhutaihi Kritam Satkarm Janyam. It is having all Satkarm Janyam Sukh Dukkhadi Bhogayatanam Shariram. And then it is Asti Jayate Vardate Viparanimate Apakshiyate Vinashyatiti Shadvikara Vadetat Sthul Shariram. I don't know when we will get to learn these daily of that.
The
Just
sthula,
Sukshma Shariram
This is
definition.
the gross body I have said. Next is the Sukshma Sharira. Yeah.
And sthula hai, panchikrut hai.
Yeah. This is apanchikrit. Sthul is panchikrit because it is made up of the 5 elements.
और स्थूल में वो षड विकार आते हैं.
Yes. The process of it's like the course of the body, right? Shad vikar vadetat. And
अस्ति जायते वर्धते विपरिणमते
apakshiyate
अपक्षीयते
and then vinashyati.
विनश्यति. Okay. So once again, asti, jayate, vardhate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, and then last vinashyati. Panchikruta panchamahabhutaihi, then satkarmajanyam.
Kritam satkarmajanyam.
And then this shadvikara.
Then sukh dukh adi bhogayatnam shariram. Okay. Because we are born and then we experience. We are born because of our karmas and then we experience the sukh dukh adi bhogayatnam. And then what is the course of that body? It is this shadvikara vadetat. So in that sequence we can remember. पंचीकृत पंच महाभूते ही कृतम सत्कर्म जन्यम सुख दुखादि भोगायत्नम शरीरम अस्ति जायते वर्धते विप्रणीमते अपक्षीयते विनश्यतीति षड विकार वदेतत् स्थूल शरीरम. Subtle body is सूक्ष्म शरीरम किम. बेला जी, you read.
हाँ, तो उस स्थूल और सूक्ष्म में द बिगिनिंग इज ऑलमोस्ट सेम, सिर्फ यहाँ पे अपंचीकृत है और स्थूल में पंचीकृत है. तो सूक्ष्म शरीरम किम, तो अपंचीकृत पंच महाभूतैः कृतम सत्कर्मजन्यम सुख दुखादि भोग साधनम. यहाँ तक कॉमन है स्थूल और सूक्ष्म का, एक्सेप्ट अपंचीकृत.
Yes, because it
and
is...
Sukshma is the sadhanam, is the instrument, whereas Stula Sharira is the counter or the where the house where all these are experienced.
The platform, yeah.
Yeah, the platform. So this is sadhanam. This is the instrument, the sukshma sharira. And then you have the saptadasha kalabhihi, which is pancha pranadaya, pancha jnanendriyani, pancha karmendriyani, pancha pranadaya, manaschaikam, buddhischaika evam, saptadasha kalabhihi. Sahayat tishtati tat sukshma sharira.
So there was one question, Dr. Barbara, of ahankara yesterday, no? So did you get
No,
to...
I couldn't get that clarified.
Okay. This is basically all 17, this total 17 parts to it, how we, what the subtle body, basically it is the experiencing part, right? From perceiving part, we can say, how we perceive the world and how it is perceived and how we are able to perform. 5 elements which have not undergone the grossification, they are in the nascent form, the tanmatras. Right. And then the causal body. Causal body. Sense organ of perception, I think that that tabular chart which is there, we can for the revision, if we can have that, its impression on a mind. Otherwise, there is always some confusion regarding to the devtas. And the causal body. Causal body is anirvachyan, anadya, avidya rupam, shariradvyasya, karan matram, sat swarupagyanam, nirvikalpak rupam, yadasti tat karan shariram. So all its qualities, avidya rupam, anirvachyam, anadi, sat swarup agyanam, nirvikalpam. 5, 6, 5 here. So shall I stop this sharing? It's, I think, time's up.
अगर आपका बच्चा 5th, 6th, 7th या क्लास 8th में भी है तो उससे पूछिए ज्यादा तेज
Meditate.
Shall I close, Dr. Brahmara? Play the listening. Okay. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Is accepting this moment, living every moment totally with depth. Let us keep our spine erect and body relaxed and eyes closed. Relax your shoulders. Keep a big smile on your face. You're sitting like the statue of Buddha, very serene and with a serene smile on your face. Relax your body. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your chest region, throat and chest region. If you notice some tension in the body, just let it be. Accept those parts of the body where you feel a tension. The other parts are in comfort. Other parts are at peace. Become aware of that also. There are many good things about you and inside of you. Acknowledge them. They will never leave you. And the negative aspect you may see in you is never going to stay with you forever. They are all guests for some time. Let them be. Sit with the total acceptance of yourself the way you are at this very moment. Total acceptance of what is now here will lead us to deeper meditation. Let go of all the effort. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let go of all your effort and be in this emptiness. And slowly and gradually become aware of body and surroundings. And you may gently open your eyes.